Oh, hello there, everybody. Welcome on back to another Slay the Spire video. Today is not ultra modded, alright? It's a little bit unfortunate, right? In a lot of ways, but also in a lot of not ways at all. Here's the deal. The Watcher, officially in the full branch of the game, not the beta branch any longer. This is the new character in Slay the Spire. You're gonna want to check this one out. It's an interesting character. I don't know. Look, I haven't played as the Watcher in a hot minute, so I don't know if things have changed with the Watcher. I don't know if they've added new things in this branch of the game that I haven't seen yet. You know, so this is a little bit of a break from the ultra modded. Give me the max HP because the Watcher is a little rough, and then we can get used to the combat style in these first couple rooms yet again. But here's kind of the thing with the ultra modded series. Currently, the mods aren't updated to this branch, and when I tried to log on to play ultra modded Slay the Spire, the game crashed, and I was like, crap. It definitely made sense as to why, but it definitely also, you know, raises some issues for moving forward with the ultra modded series. Now, luckily, I have looked into it, and the mods are getting updated like today. So by the time this video comes out, hopefully I will have already re-recorded more ultra modded videos, but we'll see what happens, right? I'm gonna take fasting. I don't think this is that good of a card, okay? I see it's a blue, which is making me think that maybe it's actually way better than what I'm giving it credit for. But losing energy, I think that's, you know, I'll go so far as to say that is legitimately terrible. But we're gonna see, right? We're gonna see if maybe the extra strength really does make a huge difference for this character. I'm really struggling to see how losing energy but having extra strength is gaining us anything here. Like, we're definitely taking 9 damage here, because going into Eruption, it's like we almost have to force the Calm now, because then we get the extra energy when we use Eruption. So I suppose that's one of the big plays now. So then Eruption, this does 18, because you get that energy back coming out of the Calm stage. If you don't know what's going on with this character, I will attempt to explain, because maybe you just haven't seen this character a lot. So Eruption being a lower cost is awesome. I do think that Fasting being upgraded is awesome as well. So here's the big deal with the Watcher, okay? You start with a Miracle. That's the starting relic. A Miracle is a 0 cost, 1 energy gain card, which does help us in this fasting build, I suppose. I still don't think this is the card to build around, but we'll figure that out as time goes on. You have these 2 interesting cards to start. So 4 strikes, 4 defense, but then an Eruption and a Vigilance. Eruption, 9 damage, you enter Wrath. When you're in Wrath, you deal and receive double damage, which can be really good or terrible. Vigilance, gain 8 block, enter Calm. Calm is a stance that when you exit it, you gain energy, which is why we have this weird synergy of being in Vigilance, in Calm all the time, so that when we need to leave Calm, we get that energy back, and that helps us out. So I am going to, I'm gonna buff Fasting, because I still think that in some weird world, we might be able to make a Fasting build work with this character. That said, I still think that's a little bit of a crapshoot. I'm also going to just full block here. I will, so he's buffing. I will absolutely go with the Eruption play here, and go with the Fasting play. So this does 20. We're going to draw a strike, redo. So this kills him. That kind of system works if we can just make that continue to work. Now, I think that Fury of Blows does absolutely work in this deck, because we should be going from, you know, hot to cold pretty quickly, calm to not calm, etc., etc. I think that as the Watcher, 1 singular curse should not hurt us so much that it ruins our run, you know? So we'll chill with that. This will allow us to get our Fasting played immediately. Eruption will crack him. So I think we want to take another turn to get into Vigilance. Beautiful. Should have absolutely played Fury of Blows first, though, now that you take a quick look at the situation. So at this point, I am actually not going to do anything to him. I'm going to let him wake up, and then we're going to go in, right? We're going to go in. So it's going to be something like, let's play these. The less damage we take, the better off we're going to be. And with the extra dex, it does make life a little bit easier. Absolutely should have not played those. I forgot we only had 2 energy. So that actually, nothing we did there was the right move, is what we're going to call that. Not overly proud of that. I think this is fine. As soon as we get Eruption, you have to play it. But then you basically have to immediately go back to Calm. What a weird run right now. What a weird fight in general. So we're back in Calm. Going into Eruption will almost certainly get us there. This will also get us there. We took some HP off here. Colorless Potion. That's a new one. Choose one of 3 random colorless cards to add to your hand. So Diva Form. Start your turn. Gain energy. Increase this gain by 1. I mean, Diva Form is awesome. And, like, literally what we need if we want to make this work. So now Fasting and Diva Form together form a interesting combination. I hit rest there. I really wanted to Smith. I'm not sure why Impulse told me you should absolutely rest here, but that's okay. We'll eat the 9 damage. You almost never want to stay in Wrath. It's something that I've just kind of picked up on. It's a common sense thing as well. The thing that you take a lot of damage in, you probably don't want to be in a whole heck of a lot. So 6 and 6, block 5 is likely better than playing Diva Form. Diva Form is going to be really good on longer fights. This is just terrible turn for us. Well, we'll get 2 attacks here, or a Wrath and a one of those. That works out fine. Hello, loud truck outside. You want to chill? Dude, it looked like it was snowing out. It was not snowing all day, and it's not snowing outside either, so don't question me. So, Windmill Strike. Can we afford to throw one of that into our deck? I think we can. I will say, one thing that I'm going to be possibly looking for out of a boss fight. I'll take the Relic. I'll take the Relic, but it's a little bit of a dangerous one. And I'll fight the Elite as well. These guys are going to be a bit of a problem, but Bowling Bash is actually insanely good. I do think you want a Diva Form on this one. And these are going to be free, huh? So, here's what we're going to do. Miracle. Bowling Bash. I hate you. You're so close, dude. You're so damn close. Unfortunate. You can see how good of a card Bowling Bash is. And it was good back when I was playing the Watcher when it first came out. Bowling Bash was an awesome card. How it's a common is beyond me, because it's actually just an incredible card. And will continue to be an incredible card going forward, because, I mean, to my knowledge, they're kind of done doing changes to the game. So, kind of works for me. We'll play you. 9 damage coming in. This fight didn't necessarily go exactly how I intended it, but you can see just how good this run's going to be when we can play Fasting and Diva Form. Since we are sitting in a position where we had like 8 energy and we were doing great. So, this is weirdly enough... This is weirdly enough one of those plays where I do actually think a second Fasting works in the deck. You might be like, Tyler, that's a whack job decision to make, and you know what? It probably is. But here's my reasoning. If you put another one into the deck, the Diva Form is going to basically once again just balance it out, and that's going to make things go quite well for us as a whole. Smack. I'll block. Take 1 damage. This guy is super dead here. it's just a matter of time. Don't need Diva Form. Obviously, he's going into his Hell phase already. This is 24 damage, and it wipes him immediately. Good stuff. Can only be played if this is the only attack in your hand. Deal 20 damage when retained. Lower its cost by 1. I mean, we could throw another retain card in, and I think that it actually is not a terrible idea to do that anyway. I will upgrade 2 random cards, and those are both... Look, they're fine. Let's rest real quick. Have no idea how this is going to go, but we're going to bank on it going really well. You got to play Diva Form, right? You got to play Diva Form. Got to do what you can to get that card out. And there's a chance that we'll be able to play it sooner rather than later, right? So, defend. Can't play fasting this time around, and I'm not sure you want to anyway. There's Diva Form. And then I will play a defend. We're going to take some damage, but Diva Form is so friggin' good, dude, that you have to kind of just let it go on this end here. So 5, 5. Let's go with a 8 and a 7. Keep these 2 retaining. Eventually, they're going to just be, like, really playable. That's all it boils down to. So play that. These are officially getting better in here. And you can play another fasting. You're now 7 dex, 8 strength up. I feel like it's going to be kind of really difficult for that to not be good. Like, I feel like we're kind of in the position where can we even... Like, can it even hurt us? Right? Like, are we just set now on this run? On this fight, I should say, because we're not set on the run. This will kill you, dude. Absolutely. So this setup is pretty good. Choose a card in your draw pile, play the chosen card twice, and exhaust it. So that's a 4 energy card. But you know the implications of this, right? You play your Miracle, and you're able to play Diva Form twice. You're set for the game. Ragnarok is also insane. So there's a lot of plays here that work. Ragnarok immediately is a 30 damage card for 3. Let's go for the Omniscience, because I think that there's something there. Not a huge fan of these 3. I do think I'm going to empty Cage just to keep the deck a little bit thinner and kill some strikes out of it. But they all have potential. One thing that I was really looking for on this one was Snecko. It's a gray Snecko run, dude. We got a lot of very high cost cards. They would have been excellent to Snecko on this one. But can't win them all. And you know what? I am going to play Bowling Bash here. Just to basically wipe that guy out. This guy's going to wipe himself. It was the right time to play Thorns, right? I mean, it's just a great... it's a great card to play here. I'll take the 1 damage to wipe this guy. In fact, I mean, we would have been fine playing 2 defends, but we'll speed along the process a little bit here. So definitely can't play Omniscience. Going into Wrath is a horrendously bad idea. This is only doing 10 damage because they're doing 50%. So 7. So 14 is 7. This would then do double. We could wipe one of them, but then we'd take 20. Or we can just choose to take 11. And then also hit one of them. It's not a great play for us. But it was fine, honestly. I am going to throw an Empty Body into the deck because I think that the ability to get out of our... This is tempting. Dude, it's really tempting. I think we should absolutely do this. Maybe. Maybe. It seems so good because of the... because of going into Wrath, right? You could just spend your entire life in Wrath. You have apparitions to kind of... We're gonna try it. This might be the death of us on the run because of this. Or it could end up being the best play that we ever decide to do, right? It'll be one or the other. It's hard to tell at the current moment in time. But we shall see. Like right here, dude. So, empty body. We gain the energy. Apparition. Bowling bash on him. They're now hitting for 1 apiece, which is friggin' nothing, dude. Then you could probably afford to play Diva form here. I'm not sure we're going to. You know what? We are going to. We eat the 1 damage. This guy's an issue, though. So, a card in my draw pile. We could play Fasting twice for 4. That doesn't help us. 27 does wipe you. 16 does not. So, easy decision to make. These guys are no longer attacking, so the apparitions really don't matter, but we'll continue to play them. We somehow have to do 80 damage to this guy. Gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen. So he will get away with some of our gold. A good chunk of it, to be fair. But, oh well. I'm not sure we need any of these. I kind of like where the deck is at right now. I don't think Ritual Dagger... Well, it could be okay. It could be okay. Let's take it. Let's take it. It hurts the HP for now. This dude Snecko me. See how much I care. This will be fantastic if you Snecko me. I got so many high cost cards in the deck, man, that Snecko will be a blessing on this run. And frankly, I will play the other intangible too. Since they exhaust, it's kind of, you know, you make it work. So now you go into Wrath. You take double damage. But you deal double damage. You know, this is now a 54 damage card. You would love to play Ritual Dagger in the future. I don't know if we will have the ability to get there on that. I'm actually going to... I'm going to Omniscience Vigilance here. Play Fasting. So now we have double Vigilance, which doesn't actually do anything, mind you. But it works for what we're trying to do, which is essentially just getting Ritual Dagger back around, and then you want to be able to do something like this for 27, this for 23, increase the damage of the card. You're chilling, doing great. Don't think we need any of those. Once again, I'm kind of the opinion that this deck is good where it is, and does not actually need any new things in it. But let's go for a couple of Smiths here. Omniscience becoming a 3 doesn't really affect me. Diva form loses its Ethereal. That's not necessarily high on my list either. Bowling Bash for 10 apiece. That's an extra lot of damage is what we're going to call that. I think that's a pretty good play. So, Apparition. A block. Let's just go all in on this one. And I am legitimately just going to wipe you because the vulnerability means close to nothing with the intangibility. And as long as you give me another intangibility, we are hella set. And with this intangibility, now give me Wrath or something like that. Sadly, you did not give me the or something like that, but we'll get there. There's Diva form. I think you're of the opinion that we should be playing Diva form whenever possible to make this deck and run work. So let's Eruption, get the energy back. Should have absolutely Fury to Blows before you did that, but then defend, go back into thingy, Fury of Blows, 7. You take 1 damage. This is a 26 damage card. It's not going to be amazing, but it'll do something for us. So what do we have something we want to play twice? Well, first of all, well, I don't know. So 27 and 7 is not enough for Ritual Dagger to kill you. So here's my opinion. And it's a controversial one. I don't know if it's actually a good idea. I'm very shook, dude. I'm very shook. Because the more we have Diva form, it's just going to, like, we'll be fine in the end, right? Let's do this, followed by this, followed by smacking you for 31, followed by smacking you for 11. You take 1 damage again, but it's not going to negatively affect us so much that we're, like, screwed, right? And I'd love to get Ritual Dagger back around. That's now my goal. And there it is. So 14, 23. The more we can just get Ritual Dagger played correctly, the happier we're going to be. So an upgraded Swivel, that's because of Toxic Egg. They'll always be upgraded. Gain 11 block, next attack you play costs 0. There's value to that for sure. I also like the AoE. Who's our boss? Yeah, dude, I like the AoE. I'll take the Consecrate instead. Consecrate has some interesting implications. So I am going to wipe this guy immediately. It's a dangerous play, right? Wiping the right guy early just makes this guy stronger, which can be very bad for us. But we're hopefully on an Omniscience trail right now that is not going to be too bad for us. I'm not sure we can play Omniscience right now. So let's just do something like that. Omniscience could come back around. I'm finding that we're not playing Omniscience nearly as much as I expected us to. So that would allow us to play Windmill Strike. That's not nearly enough damage. So sadly, I have to pass. We take a chunk there that I didn't really want to take, but that's okay. So Consecrate, Defend. Would rather not Windmill Strike yet. Would obviously love to just get this guy killed immediately, and that will do it. The HP, look, man. I see it, you see it, we all see it. The HP is low. That's kind of life right now. So, like, look, Shuriken's great. Bag of Prep is also great. A Powered Potion for the boss is also great. Those kind of fall under these are all just good relics, good cards to have in your pocket for the game. So, sadly, you can only play 1 fasting. And then you can't play your Miracle because you need Diva form. It's a very distinct combination of things required. This is one where you would love to have been able to play an Intangible. Because that hurts, like, a lot. But that's okay. So, 9, 9, and 9 to take no damage. It's getting a little yikesy, but you still have Intangibles sitting in the deck, so it's not the end of the world yet. There's one of them. Bowling Bash to you. Consecrate. All of a sudden, you guys are, you know, in way rougher shape. Fury of Blows comes back. I'm building a deck that essentially uses Fury of Blows, and yet I refuse to use it properly. That's because I'm bad at the game, in case you were unaware. So smack, smack. We could Sands of Time wipe this guy, which I think is the right play, because now we sack Dagger. Ritual Dagger. Look, I've been playing a lot of Isaac, okay? Don't knock my my Isaac knowledge. Tantrum's an interesting card in this deck too. I just don't necessarily think it's an interesting card that we want to add, because I do actually still think that this deck is where it should be right now. Now, this is the easiest Diva form I'll ever choose in my life. And frankly, it's almost one of the easiest Diva forms I will choose with Omniscience here, to just have multiple of them. But I think instead we will play a double upgraded fasting with that. Because then Ritual Dagger is just going to give us, and by Ritual Dagger I mean Diva form, is just going to give us energy now. As we go. So we have 1 turn that is pretty bad. And in fact, this turn's not even that bad because we can just block up. But being 8 up on that is really good. Now, this is a turn we got to be cautious. So this wipes you. Then you do this. Then you go calm. You weaken. I will play the defend to take no damage. I think going down in this fight could end up being very bad. So there's our other diva form. This is when you're going to see it's going to start to get stupid. Because now you can basically just play whatever you want, and it's relying on the cards, which, to be fair, I think our cards are good. So I don't think there's a lot to be concerned about here. There's also not really a lot of reasons to not play Sands of Time there, because energy is not the issue. Like, absolutely not the issue. So let's go into that, then do this, bring it back, then do this. You might as well play the Apparition. They're going to attack on future turns. You're not in Wrath, but you would love to be, obviously. So let's do something like this. Increase that. Pop the Intangible. He's going to be in rough shape for this turn. This would have been his big attack, and obviously he is not doing crap. Our strikes are hitting for 20, which is a great place for us to be in. Fury of Blows. God dang it. Stop with this madness. So, boom, boom, boom. I mean, he's dead, right? I don't need to explain to you how the game works. This guy is in rough shape. This is how this deck is supposed to work, and frankly, I'm pretty happy with how we got things there. So I do think that another Omniscience in the deck is disturbing, and I also am very scared to know what would happen if I Omniscience to Omniscience. So we're going to find out, obviously, because that's the way that we are. Give me the extra energy with Sozu. As much as Slaver's Collar is interesting as a new relic in the game, I think that Sozu is still probably the best energy relic besides maybe Crack Crown in the game. So we're going to get the opportunity to do this immediately. So I'm Omnisciencing Omniscience, which allows us to probably do this twice. So give me Diva form once, and also, I don't know, what do we really want here? Probably an Intangible, to be fair. I hardly know what happened there, so it played both the Diva form and the Intangible twice. The logic does check out there, although it hurts my head to figure out how that logic checks out. All I know is clearly whatever I did was disgusting and very good. The Watcher can be really strong, man. Many people have kind of said the Watcher is... And it's not that the Watcher isn't fun, it's just the Watcher is so overpowered that runs just tend to be a bit of a breeze. So if that's not something that you are interested in, then it might not be the character for you. But to me, there's interesting mechanics that go on with the Watcher that thus make me interested enough in the character to continue to try to figure it out. I don't want a Ritual Dagger yet, because we can probably actually wrap it back around to actually get it to work here. So Fury of Blows. Windmill Strike is pretty bad here. We can do something like this. Exiting Stance does nothing. I think that Calm should have you draw cards when you leave the stance. I think that'd be awesome. That said, probably also unfair. And it would be really strong. But that's, I suppose, why I want it. Okay, continuing on. Receive a reward based on an offer. I don't know what to give you. Let's give you, how about a basic strike? You know what? How about a basic defend? I find that we tend to not play our defends all the time. So Omniscience, which allows us to do basically the exact same thing we did last time. This is the ideal starting play for us, because it basically just guarantees that we're set up for the run. And that is stupid good, man. It's stupid good. So then you play these two, which give you just a dumb amount of dex and strength, and then things just start to go downhill from there. So this will probably kill you, now that I think about it. Lovely Life. You don't get to play your... No, we don't need any of those. This run is fine as it is. Damn, we didn't get our card, man. I don't know what to do when we don't get our card. 15, huh? I'd prefer not. 21, I'd also prefer not. A curse in the deck, I'd also prefer not, but guess what? I don't have a choice. So give me that curse, daddy. Fine by me. Gotta play Diva form, thus I'll also play the intangible. Would have loved to have the Omniscience sooner, but we'll Omniscience this Omniscience to then play Fasting twice, and then I don't know, maybe the Apparition twice. It's fine. That's such a disturbing amount of stuff that just popped into the screen there. We'll also play that. We're now 12 strength, 10 decks up. Pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. So that's 38. Followed by a 21. You want a Ritual Dagger, this guy. And I feel like we can probably force that to occur. 39 on you. Just wrap my card back around. This deck is actually surprisingly small. That'll do it. Once you get all of the cards that exhaust out of the deck, this is actually a great one for us to add miracles to the hand. That just makes our initial cards easier to play. So that works. Let's remove the curse. And I believe it. Well, I suppose I should remove the curse. I know it kills our max HP, but it works out. And then sure, I'll take Toolbox for a colorless card in my hand at the start of combat. I think the Trip could be okay here to apply some extra vulnerability. So sadly, we do have to do a Demon form. And by Demon form, I mean Diva form. And the reason why we have to do that is... Let's see here. I'd rather play this than the Apparitions, actually. But we have to play Diva form because we have no chance otherwise. So what is Fatal? Kills a non-minion enemy. Those are minions, so we do not want to do that. Trying to think. If we do this, that works. She should spawn a minion, but now she's attacking. And this is a little bit unfortunate. But we can Omniscience like this. Oh, I made a big mistake. I made a big mistake, and it killed us. It actually killed us. He's a dumbass, dude. I'm such an idiot. If I Omniscience the damn intangible, we win. I'm a dumbass, dude. That is such a poor play. You are allowed to roast the hell out of me in the comments for that. But anyway, it's a little one-off Watcher episode. Fun character. Obviously, eventually I'll go back to Ascension grinding, and we'll keep on trying to do some more with the Watcher. Were there some new Watcher? No, there were not. Okay, that's fair. I respect it. They'll add new stuff, I'm sure, in the future. But fun character. Go check it out. It's in the main branch of the game now. It's coming to consoles soon. Just on PC for now, but fun character. And a good time. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. You have a good one. And goodbye.